Hello everyone, welcome to the Oasis Healing Temple. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome to my channel. My name is Brandy, and for today's reading I wanted to take a look at what is the next step of the journey. Where's the path leading you? And I went ahead and pulled 3 pile choices for you today, as well as rolled some dice to kind of give you a number to choose from. So for pile number 1, we have the dice with number 3 and the card of the Merkaba. For pile choice number 2, you actually got the dice rolled on 2 with the Earth card. And for pile number 3, we have the number 5 on the dice with the Universal Love card. So pause the video if you need more time to meditate. I just want to let y'all know it is summer, so if you hear any kind of background noise, I do have a fan going and I have a little window open so you can kind of hear my little wind chimes everywhere. I do have of course, some music in the background too that is wind chimes. I just love wind chimes and some birds. But you will hear some farm animals or some noises because I do live on a farm and have a beautiful view of the pasture in the backyard. So there will be some nature sounds in the background, just fair warning. So the timestamps will be listed in the description box below, and I'll see you all at your readings. Welcome to your reading, pile number 1. You were drawn to the Merkaba card and the number 3 on the dice. So let's go ahead and read your card. It says the frequency of Merkaba supports our ability to use our consciousness to travel into other layers of reality and dimensions. It activates our access to our Akashic inheritance as well, merging the totality of our experiences into our present to serve our highest purpose. So when I was meditating on your pile, what I was gathering from number 3 as well as the Merkaba and then number 5, we have 32 on your card. So you're about to go through some shifts, which they're going to be very positive shifts. So you're moving forward into a direction of abundance, of expansion, as well as unity and more awareness, the ability to see things from all these different layers and different perspectives. So there's a lot of change for you on the path ahead. There's a lot of experience, a lot of gathering up of resources, of your energy, being able to understand the different layers of reality and accessing your spiritual gifts. With number 3, we have abundance, and the Merkaba is about the blending of the masculine and feminine energy. It's a vehicle that we use to connect to the higher realms, to the other dimensions. So it allows your mind, your consciousness to travel through the different layers of energy, of space. Yeah, so there's this unity mindedness, being able to stand in the center, to hold your center, to not be swayed by the left side or the right side, or to lean towards the masculine energy or the feminine energy. It's being able to utilize both and create that harmony, that balance within, which is what the Merkaba does. It blends the energies of the masculine and feminine, and it creates this space of unity, of wholeness, being able to see the full picture, being able to see the higher picture, being able to zoom out and see the reality of what it is, right? Of the situation, of your experiences, or you've come from, why things happen the way they've happened, being able to be an observer versus somebody who is engaged in the chaos. You're able to take a step back and observe. All right, so I went ahead and pre-pulled some cards for you to save us some time on these readings. So let's take a look at what the other cards look like. All right, we have the Queen of Water. So a little bit of your psychic senses are going to start being activated. If they haven't already, they're going to be more enhanced. If you have already been utilizing your psychic abilities, the Queen of Water is somebody who's very in touch with their emotions. They're very telepathic. They're very psychic, very in tuned, very connected. They're also very empathic, very loving. You're somebody who's very wise. You're very smart. You're very discerning. You're able to read energy, pick up on the energies. Yeah, I feel like you're starting to learn to utilize your spiritual gifts. They're starting to, you know, with the Queen, she's a master of her abilities. So on this next step of your journey, you're going to be mastering your gifts here. Being able to access the Akashic records, and the Akashic records are, it's a field of consciousness, a field of the collective consciousness. So it's like a data bank of all things that have transpired and will transpire. Stored information. All right, and we have the card of release. So that's this is essentially the death card. So yeah, there's this beautiful transformation that's taking place. There's going to be some things that are ending, and this could be perceptions, ways that you have seen things because you are expanding, you're evolving, you're able to see things from a higher place, understanding the patterns, understanding the reasons why certain lessons needed to be learned to gain the experience from them. And so there's this freedom, this releasing of the past, releasing of the control of needing to force or know why, or even know what's next. There's this complete surrender. And this beautiful transformation. Now you're letting go of the past, you're letting go of the fear. There's this beautiful new beginning for you, where you're just gonna see this, you're gonna see, you know, that Queen of Water, that psychic ability, that third eye, being able to transform, you know, all thoughts, all lower vibrations, and see the truth, see the connections, connecting the dots, for finding more stability, grounding this higher perception, grounding and anchoring in your light, your truth, your higher self, grounding your gifts, being more observant, seeing clearly, seeing through the illusion. All right, what else is ahead for you? We have the Page of Fire. Okay, so through this transformation, you're going to feel inspired, you're going to feel motivated. There's going to be some passion that gets reignited. You're going to want to create some things with your hands. This could be communicating your truth, being inspired, being motivated. Yeah, there's this beautiful transformative fire. And in the letting go, you will be inspired to create something new from that space, utilizing your gifts. There may be some emotions that you feel need to be released and purged from the system too. So there may be some emotional release as well. And we have the Chariot. Victory, being able to balance the mind, balance the emotional body, achieving your goals, having to have fought really, really hard to get to the place that you are in. And you are being recognized for all the work. It's being acknowledged. Yeah, this is victory over the 3D, victory over your, the karmic experiences that you have, for lifetimes been trying to heal from, to transform, to transmute the darkness and the shadows, to heal from them, and you have achieved that. It is the end of those cyclic patterns. You have freed yourself from these karmic, loops, whether they are inherited from your family lineage or they are ones that you have been incarnating in through many, many cycles. You have broken the cycle. You have achieved victory. You have transformed them. And now you're rising up as the phoenix and being recognized for your victory, for your achievement of doing the work, holding your ground, shining light, seeing the truth, transforming those emotions, transforming those patterns, healing yourself, nurturing yourself, freeing yourself. And now there's this beautiful unification of heart and mind. Yeah, 7. Wisdom. You've gained a lot of wisdom from these experiences. Ooh, and you have the shaman. Look at that. Yes. You have been traveling through the shadows. You've been healing the illusions, these karmic patterns and cycles. You were the one who came to end those cycles. And we have this diamond, that diamond light. You are accessing your crystalline light body, anchoring in your higher self, accessing your gifts. Look at this hand that's reaching down. Yeah, you are the one who came to bring this healing into your family, to end these cycles of pain, of darkness, of illusion, of fear, of doubt, of feeling unworthy, feeling unloved, feeling like you have to defend yourself. Yeah, I feel starseed energy here. You may resonate as a starseed. A lot of people on my channel are starseeds. I myself am a starseed, so I completely resonate with most of my readings because I have been through the same in different ways, but have been incarnated into a family that had a lot of karmic residue, a lot of darkness, a lot of heaviness, a lot of pain, a lot of sadness, a lot of trauma, lots of abandonedness, children who didn't feel loved, children who were abused and neglected, and having to bring that healing into my family lineage. You are the one who has done that for your family, and you have achieved victory. You are connecting to your higher self, to your truth, and transforming out of and breaking out of these cycles. You are the one who's standing up and saying, it ends here, it ends with me. I'm bringing this change. I'm bringing this healing. I'm bringing my wisdom. I'm wearing my heart on my sleeve. I'm opening my heart. I'm going to bring in this healing to this family. I'm going to shine my light. I'm going to shine my truth. And I'm going to break us out of this cycle. Okay, so let's see what's coming ahead, because I feel like this is what you've been doing. So we have the 8th house, card number 46, which is a 10. So yes, it's a beginning and an ending for you. And the 8th house mystery. Okay, so yes, that is, the Scorpion energy. That is about the sex, death, and rebirth, that transformation. So there's deep transformation for you. There's a lot of growth, a lot of change, a lot of healing. Things that have been deeply felt, things that have been hit to the core. You have opened your heart, you have felt the pain, and you have transmuted the pain. You've brought your love into the shadow. You've brought your light into the darkness, and you didn't let it stamp out your light. You didn't become the darkness. You kept shining your light. You brought that healing. You brought that love. And now there's a lot of growth and a lot of change ahead for you, pile number 1. We have Cancer, immerse. Okay, so yeah, more expansion into the psychic body, to the emotional body. Yeah, I feel like you're very, very sensitive, very, very open, very in touch and in tune with your emotions, very in tune with the moon, with the cycles. Yeah, and it's another 4. So we have master number 44, which is a master builder number. It's about building solid foundations, knowing that you are divinely supported by the angels, and that you are very, very strong. You are very resilient. You are, a very high vibrational being. Yeah, I feel like you heard the call. A call was sent out, and you are somebody who responded. They needed strong old souls with very unique gifts, with very strong gifts, very strong hearts, who are very wise, very old souls. And you came into the darkness, and you brought your light with you. You brought your wisdom with you. And even though sometimes we may have forgotten ourselves, or forgotten our light, forgotten our mission, you kept your heart open. You kept looking for the light. You kept looking for the truth, and finding the light, finding the truth, even when it was very, very dark, even when you were in the darkest part of your incarnation here. You still had faith. You still remembered, like, your light. You still had faith. You still believed. Man, I'm still not getting what's next on the journey for you. We have truth and expression. Okay, so we have new perspective, seeing the truth, clear activation, honesty, and communication. See, and I feel like this is what you are achieving with this Merkaba. So some of you may have, this has been part of your journey, whether you realize it or not. And the next step for you is realizing that this has been the mission all along. That your mission has been to shine your light and express your truth from your heart. To shine your light, to express your truth. For you to communicate your truth. For you to share your vision. Look, you have family foundations here. Confirmation. You are here to bring that change. To heal the family lineage, to bring a solid foundation, to create a family of love and happiness, to have that balance of heart and mind, to have a balanced relationship with yourself as well as with another, to create that emotional security and safety for your family and for yourself. And we have self-worth, high vibration. Yeah. Learning to love yourself, healing any fears of unworthiness, or fears that you're not good enough, that you're not valued. This is who you are, pile number 1. I love that. You are here to bring healing to the family. You're here to bring healing to yourself even. Seeing your worth, seeing your truth, seeing your value. recognizing your heart and realizing that you don't need anybody else's approval, especially those who don't see your worth and see your value. Those aren't the people who are deserving of your love. If they can't see your heart and they can't see your worth, then they're not somebody to invest your heart in. You know, and that's where you have to stand your ground and express your truth from your heart. You know, when I think of a crab, you know, they have this hard exterior shell, but they're super sensitive. You know, they have a soft body on the inside, which is why they have this hard shell. They're very sensitive natured. And so you definitely are very empathic. And so you may have had, you know, to struggle with a lot of feelings of unworthiness, or feeling like you need to protect yourself from those who don't see your worth and see your value, and may have made you feel like you were less than in some way because you didn't uphold some type of expectation that others placed on you. But you have learned to give yourself that love and to value yourself and see your beauty and see your value. So for you, the next step I see is you learning to love yourself and to praise yourself, to praise all the work, to recognize what you have been through and how much you have overcome, how you have set those healthy boundaries for yourself and you've stood your ground and you have released so much pain and so much of the shadow and brought so much healing and transformation into your family. And it's time for you to recognize that. It's time for you to honor that. And to be honest about how you feel. Okay, let me see what else I can get for you, pile number 1. Let's see. I want to get some more cards for you. Maybe we'll pull a little bit more. What's next on the path ahead for pile number 1? What is the next step? A little bit more clarification for pile number 1. So we have the unity of heart and mind coming together on the ways that you see yourself, the way you value yourself, honor yourself, or how far you've come and everything that you've been through. We have the Queen of Air. Yes, knowing your strength, knowing your worth, knowing that your voice matters, that you matter. You are very strong, you're very skilled. Your voice holds weight. Now you're able to see the truth. Cut through the illusions now because of what you have experienced. You're able to see the truth. You're able to see the lies. You're able to see when somebody's trying to manipulate you. Yeah, you're a very smart, very wise person. Very strong. You have a very strong mind. What else? We have the Lovers. Yes, you're able to know when somebody's trying to manipulate you and when somebody is coming at you from an authentic place, where somebody is, their words match their actions. You're able to build healthy relationships because you know what an unhealthy relationship looks like and feels like. We have number 6. This is that balance. The balance again of heart and mind, of masculine and feminine energies. Being able to balance your emotions and feeling more stable, more secure. The way that you communicate to yourself and speak to yourself is imbalanced and from a place of love. This is respecting your emotions and how you feel. And then we have the Ace of Water. Beautiful, that healing of the inner child here. This new beginning with the Ace of Water. Because you're very wise now. And you are protecting your heart. And there's this new blessings that are coming in for you. This overflow of love, happiness, feeling more connected to your intuition. You listen to your body. You listen to your emotion. There's this beautiful growth. Okay. So blessings of love are on the way to you because you have acknowledged your worth and your value, and you have poured into your own cup, and now your cup overflows with that love. All right, let me get you. See. Let me get you a final message, pile number 1, to close your reading. Pile number 1. What does pile number 1 need to know for the next step of their journey? Continue to release anything, any old patterns, anything that's coming to the surface. Continue to just cleanse and purge and know your worth and your value. See the truth beyond the illusion. Feel into your heart space. Maintain your balance of heart and mind. Zoom out and see the higher perspective. Engage in your Merkaba. Ooh, you have Grizzly Bear with power. I am indestructible. I honor my intuition and I go where it leads. Love and gentleness are my real strengths. I never give up. I will succeed. What a beautiful animal guide to be with you right now at this phase of your journey, moving forward. Pile number 1, work with the Grizzly Bear to help you anchor in this Merkaba and this strength that you have within, knowing that you are strong, that you are indestructible, you have access to your intuition. Feel into your heart, feel into the energies that surround you. Never give up. Keep that heart open. You are a gentle, wise, and strong person, pile number 1. Congratulations on your journey, on the healing journey that you've been on, and this beautiful light that shines within your energy field right now. Very high vibrational. Protect that heart. Okay. All right, pile number 1, I'm going to close your reading down. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope this reading helps you in some type of way. If it resonates with you, I'd love to hear from you in the comments, or like and subscribe. If you don't know what to say, just let me know. Pile number 1 was your reading. I hope to see you all next time. Y'all take care and have a blessed day. Welcome to your reading, pile number 2. You were drawn to the number 2 on the dice and the Earth card, card number 24. So the card says the frequency of Earth activates our deep connection to the physical plane by showing us the beauty of all the aspects of our Great Mother and revealing the more ethereal, spiritual aspects of our nature. So for you, pile number 2, the next step of the journey for you is coming into partnership with Mother Earth, with yourself, finding that balance between the heart and mind, from the spiritual realm to the physical realm, because card number 24 is a 6, and that represents love, the home, material comfort, balance and stability, grounding in that balance and stability and partnership. So I feel like you're being asked to come into partnership with Mother Gaia, to work with her to help enhance the energies and the frequencies of love here on the planet. So coming into partnership with Mother Gaia. All right, so I went ahead and I pulled some more cards for you to go ahead and, just to speed up the readings a little bit, because I think pulling the cards a little on camera takes a little bit of time, and not everybody has that patience. So I went ahead and pulled some. So we got some tarot. We have the 3 of Air. That's the 3 of Swords. So there's been a little bit of heartache. We have the Hermit. The 4 of Water. Oh, okay. So let me stop right here for a moment. All right, so I feel like there has been something that you have maybe experienced here on the earth plane that has been heartbreaking, and there is so much in this world that is heartbreaking. So I completely understand that, but this is about something that has betrayed your heart, someone who has betrayed your trust, and there's this going within, shining your light on the sadness, on the despair, and bringing that healing energy into those places, and you may be called to be a light worker, to bring and offer your wisdom, to shine your light onto those who are experiencing any kind of difficulties or sadness or pain or trauma. And we have the 4 of Water here, and that is about not seeing, seeing things from a place of, dissatisfaction, not seeing that there is, there's always something of benefit that comes from our pain, from our struggle, even though at the time we can't see it. We're too focused on the pain and the feelings of the despair, of the sadness, of the actual betrayal and the initial wound. Sometimes we can focus too much on the pain that we are not aware of the healing and the blessing that's being offered. And right now, there's this healing that's wanting to come in for you. There's this shift of perspective that may be coming in. This could be a guide who's offering you their wisdom. You may be receiving a mentor coming into your life. Somebody who offers you this cup, this offering of healing. Yeah, there's this cycle that is ending for you right now, pile number 2. So there's this ending of pain, ending of hardship, ending of seeing the glass like half empty, and this shift of perspective. So in this part of the journey here, there's going to be some healing that takes place, some balance, some comfort, some nurturing, some expansion, some love coming in for you into the places where you felt unloved, or you felt betrayed, or where you felt so focused on the pain that you haven't been able to see the healing and the light that's been offered to you. So I feel like for you, this next step is going to be a path of self-discovery, coming into partnership with the healing that's being offered to you here on the planet, letting Mother Earth nurture you and guide you back to balance, back to health, back to wholeness. Back to a place where you can feel more stable, more connected, more in control. We have the Three of Water. There's that celebration, the community, friendship, this beautiful transformation here. So what was once very painful, there's going to be some healing. You're going to find someone, a community of people who you find along the path, who you have a kinship with, who've been through similar situations, similar betrayals, and they're going to offer you that support that you're looking for. Where you can celebrate your accomplishments, you can celebrate what you have been through and what you've overcome. Where you can see the glass half full versus half empty, and not so focused on the pain, but more focused on the victory of overcoming. That celebration of, woo, I dodged a bullet. Or seeing how the things that you've been through are things that have enabled you to be a stronger, wiser person. And sometimes the things that we go through, they're not easy. They can be devastating and heartbreaking. But when we get to a place where we're not in the midst of the problems, of the trauma, and the immediate wound, we can look back and see how everything played out. And maybe there were things that we weren't aware of, or things that we were aware of, but we turned a blind eye, or we put our rose-colored glasses on, our rose quartz glasses. We chose to see things from our heart versus how they really were, and how we can overcome those situations and learn from them and let them be tools that teach us how to see and not ignore those red flags, and not ignore how things make us feel or how people make us feel, and being able to communicate those truths before they get to a place of where we ignore how we feel, or we ignore the pain that it's causing us. But there is this community of people who are going to support you and help you to heal through these situations. Pile number 2. And we have the Seven of Earth. Okay, so yeah, this is about putting in that work here. Being able to see the work that you have put in. This is going to take some time. It's going to take some dedication. Having a little bit of patience with yourself, because healing takes time. It takes dedication. It's not this instant, okay, yes, I forgive you, and then the pain's gone. It takes time for us to heal our wounds. It takes time for us to get to a place of stability where we can celebrate and acknowledge our hardships and everything that we've overcome. And it takes time for us to build up a, how to say this? The initial wound, eventually will become the scar, and the scar is the reminder of what you've been through and what you've overcome, and you'll be able to look back and see how far you've grown, how much you've grown, and be grateful, even though at the time, when you're going through it, it's, it's hard to be grateful for anybody who's hurting you and breaking your heart, right? But in the end, you will be grateful because it will have taught you so much about yourself. It will have taught you so much about relationships. And you will become wiser because of it. And you will become stronger because of it. And that's not to diminish any pain or any struggle that you've been through. They are lessons. And when we all sign up to come to Earth, Earth is a school. We each signed up for different classes and different experiences, and we have different teachers. Some of our teachers are the people who play the roles who hurt us and cause the most pain. And we have contracts with those individuals, and there's certain lessons and experiences that we have to go through with these people to fulfill these contracts. And when the contract's up, That's when there's the separation, and the contract can't be finished and completed until we heal from them, because then we're no longer needing to learn from that experience, from that individual. So there may be, you may find at times where you're replaying the scenario, the experience, the pain in your mind over and over again, and trying to make heads or tails from it and understand how this happened. How did I let it go this long? How did I allow them to treat me this way? Or how could I have, ignored my emotions for so long, or betrayed how I feel out of my love for another individual, and them to just throw me away like I don't matter. I feel like you've been doing a little bit of assessments, and that will happen on the healing journey. So, and it's trying to come to a place of healing and love and compassion for yourself, and learning to love yourself better, to forgive yourself, to forgive this individual. And when you come to that place, once you get to that place of forgiveness and understanding, that's when the contract will be dissolved. That's when the healing, the next phase, the next class can take place. And forgiveness is not something where you're saying it's okay and, it doesn't matter, or that you're letting them off the hook in any kind of way. Forgiveness is about understanding that you each play a role in the situation that occurred. And at the time, we think that we're doing the best, what is the best choice, and we're doing what's in our heart to do. And when we come to that place of forgiveness, like I said, it's not saying that it was okay what happened. It's coming to the place of understanding why it happened, and then saying, I understand my role, I understand your role, I've learned the lesson now. You've taught me how not to ignore my heart, ignore my feelings, ignore the red flags. You've taught me to be stronger, to stand up for myself, never to let anybody devalue me or make me feel like I'm not worthy or I'm not lovable in any kind of way, because we were learning something. You were learning something through the experience, and it's holding on to that lesson. And that's what's going to get you out of having to repeat that class again, or being stuck in that cycle of pain and resentment and anger. And it's choosing to move forward. It's choosing to come to a place of forgiving yourself for allowing yourself to settle for less than you deserve, for tolerating less than you deserve, for not acknowledging how you truly feel about a situation, or standing up and speaking and communicating how you feel about the situation or the person. So for you, pile number 2, I feel like you're heading on a path of self-discovery, to bring in more healing, to bring in more harmony, to think more in a positive way than a negative way, by focusing on the good that can come out of a situation that was so bad, and it's shifting the way that you see things, and seeing things from a more positive way, where you can celebrate the victory of having overcome something and having gone through something that was very heartbreaking and devastating, and still have a heart, still have an open heart, still be open for love, still be ready for love, and to know that you are deserving of it. And have patience with yourself if you find yourself going back to a place of, because sometimes when we go through these things, we end up having these arguments with an individual in our mind, whoever has, broken your heart, or betrayed you. You end up having these discussions where you feel like you're having to defend yourself or stand your ground and say, no, this is my perspective. This is how I saw the situation go down, and I deserve this. And you can eventually start to disengage from those conversations of having to defend yourself anymore. It comes to the place where you finally start saying, enough, I'm done, I am over this situation, I'm ready to move forward, I release you, I forgive you, I understand what I was learning through this experience, through this relationship with you. You have taught me this. I'm done, you know. And the more you can keep reaffirming this, anytime you catch yourself going backwards and replaying those loops, replaying those tapes, catch it quicker and quicker and quicker. And the more you do that, the more this tape will quit replaying, because what you're trying to do is to disrupt the brain receptors from keeping yourself in this loop of pain. And you're trying to disrupt them so that you insert this new program, this new belief system where, no, I am worthy and deserving of friendship. I am worthy and deserving of people who love and celebrate me and who see my worth and see my value, who see my heart and want to go on this journey of love and happiness with me, versus somebody who wants to tear me down, right? And it's wanting to engage in more of those types of energies that are more uplifting, more nurturing, more satisfying, more loving, versus engaging in energies that want to keep you focused on the past, keep you focused on the pain, keep you focused on, you know, the lower vibrational energies. And Mother Earth, she is such, she is all of our mothers, and she's very loving, very kind, and you can speak to her, talk to her, let her comfort you. The more you can engage with Mother Earth, and I can give you this advice: go outside in nature, connect to your heart space, and listen to your heart. Listen to the voice of your heart, because this is what's going to bring you that healing, that love, and that nurturing energy. And she is the most patient with you, all right? And she will remind you of your worth and your value. We have the kiss here, right? And this is about, you know, the eclipse of the heart. This is the heart and the mind coming into balance, coming into unity. I feel called to read this one from the guidebook for you. Let me see. I believe this is the archetypes. The kiss here. Give me just a minute, you guys. Here we are. Okay. Before a first kiss, the air is electrified. Each breath is alive with possibility and magic. What will the lips be like? What will their tongue feel like? Do they want me in return? This archetypal energy of the kiss is a heightened sensation of merging with other, of letting in what was moments ago separate, two becoming one. It is a risk, but beautiful business. These moments forever change us as we move past the solitary self towards union and acceptance. This card suggests true intimacy is around the corner, which requires bravery and surrender. When the kiss takes a non-human form, it may be experienced as touching the sacred, hearing a whisper, or being graced by a divine being. You will recognize the presence of the kiss by cold chills and the awakening of the heart. This is about, you know, a gentle touch, being kind to yourself, and looking for others who are of like mind, who are kind and are gentle with your heart. That's how you will know somebody who is worthy of your love, because of the way that they treat you, not the words that they say, but the way that they make you feel, the way that their words match their actions, the way they move through life. That's what you look for. We have mid-heaven with the pentacle. This has to do with your, you know, coming home to yourself, your place of happiness. And then we have the Gemini with communication. It's your heart and mind coming into balance here. You know how I was telling you how your mind can start replaying, you know, a conversation that you've had with this individual, or you're constantly either criticizing yourself or you're hearing them criticize you. When you come into your heart space, you listen to your heart, and your heart wants to nurture you. Where sometimes our mind, when our ego is very, very big and very, very loud, it wants to criticize us and shame us and say, I told you you should have done this, you know, or, you allowed them to treat you this way, and try to shame you because you loved them, or because you had such a big heart, an open heart, that you were willing to overlook their flaws and overlook the way that they treated you, and you were more willing to listen to the words they said versus paying attention to their actions, And this is why I tell you to come into that heart space, because the heart doesn't want to shame you. Your heart wants you to have love and compassion for others, but you were learning through this experience how to set those healthy boundaries for yourself, how to know when somebody is just manipulating you and taking advantage of you, and maybe just whispering, telling you this, but their actions don't back this up. You're learning how to use the heart, because the body, the heart, and the mind, it's all a navigating system. And so there's nobody out there teaching us how to use this vehicle. And so our mind can run away with all kinds of fearful thoughts if we don't rein it in and teach the mind how to think, how to perceive, how to see things. The mind just runs wild. and it always goes to the most fearful thought. And so we have to learn to train our mind how to perceive things and how to be more observant versus reactive. And then we want to train our heart to be open, but also to protect itself, because the heart is very sensitive, it's very emotional, very empathic. It wants to love, it wants to be, expressed and just given to others. And some of us are highly empathic, and we just want to give everyone love, love, love. But not everybody is deserving of our love. Some people take our love, they manipulate our love, they don't appreciate it, they don't value it, they just take advantage of it, and they use it, and they kick it to the curb and break it. And that's where discernment comes in, and that's where we use our observing mind to observe people's behaviors and actions versus just listening to the words. They have to align. And when people's actions and their words align, that's somebody who's in alignment with their authentic self. That means that they are truthful, because what they say and what they do match. They don't tell me that they love me and then turn around and go cheat on me, It's and then say, I'm sorry, I love you, I shouldn't have done that, and then months later they repeat it, It's learning to discern and to be more observing of people, because some of us are very, very loving and kind, and this world doesn't function with love. There's a lot of lies, there's a lot of deceitful people, a lot of people wearing masks, a lot of people who tell you who they are, and that's not really who they are, especially like online. Anybody can be anybody they want to, but then when you get them in person, you can see how they move through the world, and if they can tell you who they want you, and that's the other thing. Like, sometimes you don't have to tell everybody who you are. Sometimes it's just noticeable. You can see it for your own eyes. You don't have to go around telling everyone. It's like, a lion doesn't have to tell everyone it's a lion. Its presence is felt, it's seen, it's known. And that's the thing, like, being able to discern who's an ally versus somebody who is manipulative, who is somebody that I can celebrate my life with, who will respect me and honor me, and who has patience to work alongside me, versus somebody who wants to shame me, put me down, who wants to manipulate me and distract me from, my goals, or where I'm trying to go, what I'm trying to build, the place that I'm trying to reach my happy ending here. And something that's a distraction that's preventing you from finding your happy, your center, from building this beautiful foundation. Who is somebody worth you investing your time and energy into? And it's looking for those like-minded individuals here. So you have 2 9s on the board here and you have 3 3. So we have 99 and 333. And our 99 is about new beginnings, a unique path, having faith in your abilities and letting go of the past. And 333, those are your ascended masters. They are with you and they are assisting you with what you are currently going through. And they want you to know that you are in good hands. You are surrounded by the angels right now, and they're helping you to overcome, you know, this heartache, this heartbreak that you've went through. But they're also helping you to build these solid foundations and to come out of this old old relationships, old ways of tolerating, you know, people who are not worthy of your love. Pile number 2. We have illusion and confusion, not seeing clearly, escapism and fantasy. Yeah, and see, that's sometimes what can happen to us when we are in love with people. We can fall in love with their potential. And a lot of times people aren't acting from their potential. And the potential lies in the heart space. And a lot of people are acting out of their fear, out of their pain, out of their past. And they're not even, sometimes they're not even aware of their actions and the way that they hurt people. And so that's why having conversations can help sometimes, because you can then bring it to the table to the person and say, I need to have a conversation with you. When you are treating me like this, or you're saying these things to me, and then your actions are this, it's very hurtful. It makes me want to end the relationship. It makes me want to walk away. It makes me feel this kind of way. And it gives them the opportunity to either explain their actions or explain why, and then give them the opportunity to change and do better. And sometimes the reverse happens. They end up attacking you, shaming you, putting you down, making up excuses, or they lie and say that they're sorry and it's not going to happen again, and they end up using your pain and the conversation that you had, and then they use it against you to attack you later on, and just keep inflicting more and more pain. And that's where you need to decide to draw a line and decide that this isn't healthy for me. You're not the one for me. You don't see me. You don't value me. You don't treasure me. And it's time for me to move on with my life, because I value my heart. And then we have clarity and truth, heightened intuition, and seeing things. There we go. Seeing through the lies, seeing through the BS, seeing through them trying to paint themselves out to be somebody that they're not. And you need to utilize your gifts of insight and perspective and seeing the truth. Don't look at the heart, look at them. Look at their actions, look at how they're moving through life, look at how they're treating the relationship. Are they respectful? Are they completely disrespectful? Are they taking advantage of you? Are they very self-absorbed? They're only about themselves, you know, and you're just a comfort zone. It's easy, you know, and sometimes that can happen in relations. You just get stuck in a relationship. Perhaps you don't see a way out, or you think this is the only choice you have. And I'm going to tell you, no, you can and you will. Once you make that decision, and once you see things like the truth of the situation, there's no way you'll be able to tolerate it anymore. You'll start to eventually, you know, see them for who they are, detach from them, set those healthy boundaries. You'll end up becoming very like, what's the word? Repulsed by them, you know? And then you'll start to go, oh my goodness, why did I ever see in them in the first place? which is, I've been there. I completely understand what your guides are telling you here. So it's time for you to know your worth and to go on this healing journey. Connect with Mother Earth. She's here to offer you her support, to offer you healing, so that you can see your truth, and so that you can find a community of like-minded people who are going to help you, remind you of your worth and your value. Have patience with yourself and be discerning of which individuals deserve to be in your life, you know, and who deserves to have your heart. All right, pile number 2, I'm going to get you one final message here, a spirit guide, a little animal guide to work with you, to remind you of your strength in this journey going forward. Can I have an animal guide for pile number 2, please? Who wants to walk with pile number 2? We have the bison, ooh, with abundance. Sacred buffalo, cloak me in your wisdom. Keep me warm through the storms of life. Fill my life with goodness. Teach me the way of gratitude and prayer. I love that. Work with the bison, because the bison's going to bring you, they're a herd animal, and you are, I feel right now, looking for your community, looking for your support of like-minded people. And the bison's going to help you find that, and it's going to help you find your gratitude, help you connect to your heart, and be so grateful for the journey that you've been on. Even though, like I said, sometimes it's hard to be grateful when you're going through, the struggle. But you will get there, and you will be so grateful that you went on this journey, and that you stood up for yourself, and you finally said, no, I'm worthy of more, I'm deserving of more. And this isn't fulfilling me. This isn't making me happy. You're not making me happy. I want to feel celebrated. I want to feel connected. I want to feel loved. And the bison is going to help you, and it's going to remind you of your worth and your value. And it's going to teach you the way of gratitude and prayer. I'm going to put the bison over here. All right, you guys, this was your reading. This is the next step of your journey. You're going to be, I feel like, connecting to your self-worth and having some healing into the heart space there. All right, thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Please like and subscribe if this reading resonated with you. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. If you don't know what to say, just let me know. Number 2 is your reading. Looking forward to having you back here for future readings. Y'all take care and have a blessed day. Welcome to your reading pile number 3. You guys were drawn to the 5 on the dice, as well as the universal card. And this is card number 44. And 44 is a master builder number. It's also one that provides angelic protection, divine support. So I feel like there's a lot of changes and shifts about to take place for you on the journey ahead, pile number 3. And the card of universal love says the frequency of universal love activates the connection we feel to each other, to our planet, and to the whole of existence itself. So I feel like you're definitely getting an upgrade. And with 44, building solid foundations, I feel like you are anchoring in a higher frequency here onto the planet. You're connecting to your heart. So I feel like there's this heart expansion. Lots of growth. And that's why number 5 coming through, lots of change, lots of life lessons, and coming into your authentic self. Yeah, connecting to Source Creator here. So I went ahead and pulled some of your cards before the reading just to save us some time. All right, let's take a look at what's ahead for you. You have the Strength card number, and this one's 11 in this deck. So it's beautiful. We have this awakening and enlightenment, this higher purpose. And we have the infinity, the shifting out of one cycle into a new phase. And you're being asked to have some courage as you move forward. Ooh, look at that. We have the 8 of Fire, which is the 8 of Wands. Lots of fast movement. So something's coming in real quick. And you're being asked to have courage as you move forward. With the Queen of Air. You have a very strong voice, strong mind. You're very intuitive. You're able to see the truth. So there may be some new truth coming in for you as well on the path ahead. We have renewal. Okay, yeah, confirmation. So this could be renewal, faith in yourself, a connection that you've created with your own heart, with your own higher self, the ways that you perceive things. Yeah, we have rebirth coming through. Woo. So you're awakening to something new, pile number 3. And it's moving quickly. You're moving forward at a quick pace. Yeah, you've been a fighter. You've been cutting through these illusions. You've been honoring your truth. I feel like you are a grounded angel. You heard the call. You came to earth to bring your light, your love here to Mother Gaia, to help bring, to usher in this universal love. You come from a higher dimensional plane, and yeah, you heard that call and you said, I'm signing up. I will come to earth. I will participate. I'll bring in my strength. I will have courage to walk fearlessly onto this earth plane. And woo, boy, did we not know what we were signing up for when we began this journey. But yeah, you're a very strong individual, pile number 2, pile number 3. And we have card number 11, which is a 2, and we have 20. So we have 22 also coming here, master number 22, and that is harmony, partnership, transformation. It is a master healer number. It's also about the path of, bringing that balance here to Mother Earth. So you're here to help restore balance. Yeah, you have a very big heart. I feel like you have, you're very smart, very wise. You hold a lot of wisdom. You speak with truth and conviction. Oh, you have the Empress. Beautiful. You're here to create something. There may be something that you've been working on. Maybe there's been a craft, something creative that you have been, that you may be revising, coming back to. There's about to be some forward progress with that action or something that you're wanting to create. Something that comes from your heart space. So there's going to be a lot of forward movement, a lot of achievement, a lot of abundance. Yeah, something that you've been working on. Woohoo! We have the underworld. So in the underworld, this connects to our relatives. It's the unseen world, things that are hidden from us. It's also the patterns. The elementals are coming through here. There's something that you've been working with. Perhaps some of you have been working with the elementals to bring this universal love, this high vibrational energy here into the earth plane, healing these ancestral wombs. Wombs. Some of you may have, with the womb coming out, this divine feminine energy. You've been working to heal and restore the divine feminine here on the planet. Yeah, those old ancestral wounds of the divine feminine, feeling like like women don't have an equal say or equal value compared to men, where we suppress our emotions, where we're not nurturing our bodies, nurturing the children, taking care of the family. Some of you have been working on healing those old programs. Yeah, and we have the flame, shining your light, transforming the past and those shadows. Ooh, hang on. Sorry guys, I had to pause the video. We had a visitor. So you had the flame card come out. So some of you are here to shine your light, to transform those patterns, those programs, and bring in that beautiful higher vibrational frequency of universal love here into the physical plane. Yeah, you're a transformer. You're here to bring the truth, to shine the light, to express the truth, to see through the illusions, to shatter the illusions. We have the Creator. Yeah, you're here to create something new. There's something that you are here to bring forth to the collective. And whatever it is being activated in you now. It's coming online, and you're about to be expressing it. It's about to take off. There's going to be a lot of forward movement for you. We have the Sun. Look at that. The Sun. This is the yes card. This is being optimistic. That light, that bright light that you have. This is also a connection to Source coming in again to affirm that this is your path, your destiny. To offer this to the world, to shine your light. Some of you may be feeling, this may be coming online with these solar flares that we're getting. Lots of information, lots of upgrades, lots of solar codes coming in. So there may be a lot of information that's coming in for you to unpack, for you to download, for you to integrate into your awareness. Yeah, there's a lot of information coming in for you right now. Yeah, this is part of your purpose, your destiny. And we have the 10th house. This is your, your achievement in the world. Your career, your, like I was saying, your destiny. This is your like mountain to climb, so to say. What's your goal? This is also a Capricorn energy. Your, something that you're determined to achieve, but also it's your ambition in life. You're going to be recognized for this. And you are being recognized by Source Creator for all the work that you have done, pound number 3. And you're being asked to acknowledge all the work that you have done, and to celebrate and to honor. Immerse yourself in victory and celebration and love, in your strength, in your light. And we have this this full moon. Yeah, lots of light coming in for you. That balance being restored. Time to celebrate and honor, this victory. I feel like some of you have been anchoring this grid on the planet. Some of you have been working really, really hard to hold your focus and hold that center. And there's a lot of you who have been holding the same mission, holding this light. You've come from Source Creator. You've been working on anchoring in that universal love around Mother Gaia. Yeah, you are the flame bearers. You're here to hold that flame, hold that light, and ground it here on Earth. Or look at the beautiful colors that are coming through. We have this rainbow light. Rainbow, 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 rainbow. You're restoring Mother Gaia and restoring her rightful place in the cosmos. That beautiful rebirth. Ooh, oh my goodness, look at this. We have Pluto with rebirth. Yeah, your help creating this rebirth here on Mother Gaia. We have 9 and 9, 99. New beginnings, a unique path, have faith in your abilities, and letting go of the past. Yeah. You're here to bring in the revolution, the change, that rebirth. We have rebirth on here twice. There's a whole new beginning for you. For the planet, for all of us. We have reflecting and shadow work, and then we have nurture and protective. Yeah. You have been clearing out the shadows, cleansing and purifying the illusions, shining your light, anchoring it here onto the planet, and restoring that nurturing, loving energy, that healing, mothering energy, restoring the mother frequency here on the planet, where we feel safe to nurture our children, where we have a place where our children feel safe, where we feel like we can have a community of like-minded people, where we are supporting one another, where we're in harmony with Mother Gaia, with the animals, with the plant kingdom, with the mineral kingdom, where everything is self-sustaining. We're just in that divine flow, that connection, that harmony, and that balance. You've been restoring that balance. That's part of why you're here, and this is where you are moving to, is coming to that place of owning your part that you play here on the realm, owning your light, anchoring that light, owning your sovereignty, your destiny, your divine right to be here, to offer your wisdom, to offer your heart, to offer this universal love. It's amazing. I'm so happy and so proud to have you here on my channel, pile number 3. Lots of shifts, lots of forward movement. I feel like you're going to feel very empowered. And I think you're going to be looking back on all that you have overcome and all that you've been through, and learn to celebrate and acknowledge your achievements and how far you've come, and to acknowledge your truth and your worth and your value and your strength. You're here to initiate that change and to cleanse the old cycle and to initiate the new cycle with these beautiful source codes here on the planet. So that's part of your steps going forward, pile number 3, is to acknowledge why you're here, to acknowledge your strength and your power and your ability to create, to hold the flame, to hold the light. Perhaps some of you are guides to others. Perhaps some of you are going to connect your flame to other like-minded souls who've also signed up for this similar mission. Working with the divine creator to establish this universal love here on Mother Gaia, so that she can be who she truly is and who she's meant to be, who she always was before the destruction that took place, before the big fall. So that's the next phase of your journey. I want to get you an animal guide to remind you of your path going forward, to remind you of your strength and why you're here. It's so funny, these readings, my intention was to find out the next step of the journey, but I feel like this is the journey that you are on currently. Which can be, I guess, the same, but let's see. Pile number 3, can we have a spirit guide, an animal guide, to remind them of their strength going forward? Oh my goodness, you have a few guides that want to work with you, pile number 3. So the first one, we have the coyote, the revealer of truth. Don't take things too seriously. Make time to play. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. Look out for traps and tricks of life and learn from them. I feel like you are the revealer of truth, and you're here to make sure that you just enjoy life, because the work has been done. The rebirth is taking place. Mother Gaia is being rebirthed, and you helped support her. You helped hold the flame for her so that she could be reborn. You held on to your heart. You held that light. You helped ground the universal love source code. You helped ground it here on the planet. And so I feel like you're being asked to just enjoy life going forward, to have fun, take some time to play. And we have the wolf with Pathfinder. Release your past and start a new journey. You are a teacher and help others find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. And the last animal guide, we have, wow, look at these four-legged animals. We have self-reliance with the snow leopard. You are strongly independent and often solitary. Integrity is important for you for your best outcome. Cloak yourself with invisibility and walk with the shamans. Use your intuition and let your life unfold in silent perfection. So, I feel like that has been you. You have been somebody who has sought to reveal the truth, to find the path of truth, to lead others on that path, to be somebody who isn't dependent on the system that is failing. And you have been here to help anchor in this beautiful light and higher vibrational frequency. And it says, you walk with the shamans. You are somebody who has a strong connection to the underworld, to the ancestors. And you are a guide to many, pile number 3. You have such a big heart and such a strong light. And others look up to you. Because you don't look outside of yourself for truth. You are somebody who goes within and knows the truth isn't something that we find outside of ourselves. It is something that we hold within. All right, pile number 3. Congratulations. Thank you so much for shining your light, for holding the flame, for being the torchbearer of truth, for helping Mother Gaia to rebirth, to become her higher vibrational self, to reconnect to Source Creator. You've helped everybody here on the planet. And it's time for you to just immerse yourself in, stillness and holding that anchor, holding that balance, to enjoy life a little bit, have some fun. Don't take things too serious, but, just enjoy life. Hold your balance, stay in your divine flow. And nurture yourself some, okay? All right, the path ahead for you is going to be amazing. I can't wait to see what happens for us all. All right, you guys, I'm going to close this reading now. Thank you so much for being here with me. If this reading resonated with you in any way, please let me know. Pile number 3 was your reading. I'd love to have you back for future readings. Sending y'all lots of love. Y'all take care and have a blessed day.